Hey guys, it's Morgan, and we're going to go through how to start your first project in Premiere Pro. So we're going to start with this main screen. We're going to hit New Project, and under here we're going to name our project. We're going to name this one Test for an example. Then you're going to find the location that you want your product to be saved, or your project to be saved. So we'll just use this hard drive. We'll hit our select folder. And then everything else, this should be fine. Just leave it alone. Hit OK. That will create our project. So now we've got kind of our project panel, our timeline, and kind of this will be where we see the actual clips and how the video is coming together. So we're gonna we're gonna hit Control, the letter N for Nancy, and it's gonna become up a new sequence dialog box. So basically, this is where you decide on your frame rate of your video, the size of the video as far as or I guess format of the video, if it's going to be a square, it's going to be a 16:9 format like a widescreen TV, etc. So for pretty much all my videos, I'll go ahead and start with a digital SLR. Click the arrow down there, and then I personally like the DSLR 1080p 24 frames per second, but between 30 and 24 is basically not. Either one's good. So I liked the 24. It gives it more of like a film look. If you want more of like a sports look, you go 30. So we'll go ahead and go 34 or 24 here. Then down here at the bottom, you have sequence name. So we're going to call this one Brian Interview. So this will be just kind of example of like a testimonial I shot. His name was Brian. So we'll name it sequence name Brian Interview. And then that should be good to go. If we want to get into more deeper settings, we can go click on the settings. That's where we can actually change some of the sizing of things like there. But everything else is good for now. We'll hit OK. And now it creates a sequence or new timeline up here, which also it now filled in some of the tracks below. This is where all our video tracks and audio tracks will live. Now you can also see this is where our videos will play back. So now we need to import some footage into our project panel, which is this area here. It's highlighted in blue. So we'll go ahead and you can either right click and hit import, or you can hit the shortcut key Control I. Now we need to find some of our clips we're going to use. So here's our first camera audio, here our video clip, and then also I'm going to highlight the audio clip. Hit open, and now those two are in our project. All right, so to keep things simple, we're just going to click on the clip and then drag it right into our timeline. So this says this clip does not match sequence settings. Do we want to change the sequence to match the clip settings? I like to keep the existing settings. The reason is we started this sequence down here at 24 frames a second in 1080. Well, I know for a fact that when I filmed this interview, it was 60 frames a second. And so basically this is asking, do we want to change it to match this clip, or do you want to keep it how you originally had it? Well, I usually know what I'm doing or have a plan when I start my sequence. So I'm going to go ahead and hit keep existing settings. All right, so now we've got our clip into our timeline. So now we can start editing down our clip onto how we want it to look and feel and everything like that. So this goes back to our shortcut keys that we talked about in a different video. So basically you're now set up to start your first editing project.